This is June 4th, Nikolaev, Ukraine. I'm going to do this brief video from my room here. Like Kharkiv, the authorities here are very concerned about people just, security in general. And with good reason. There have been a lot of, the front is very nearby, and not only the air raid sirens, but you can hear the explosions in the distance. And I believe that much of it is outgoing, because in the Kherson sector of the front, the Ukrainians have begun to make small probing counterattacks and advances, which is not to say that they're rolling up the Russian forces and will be reclaiming Kherson anytime soon, but they're going in the right direction. But that doesn't mean that Nikolaev here, this is very close to all of that, and there's a lot of concern, and rightfully so. They've had attacks against civilian targets. I'm aiming this camera towards a building right in view from my room here, and you can see that it took a hit right on the roof. But what I can't tell from where I am is whether that's an apartment building or whether it has some other commercial or even public use. But you can see the larger apartment building right next to it, and that was not impacted. Nikolaev is a beautiful city, and it's actually, relatively speaking, given the conditions, it's relatively speaking open for business. You see a lot of street side activity, and some pedestrians out, a lot of businesses open, and of course much closed, and still obviously things are quite quiet compared with, you can tell that this is a city that gets a lot of outside visitors of all kinds, and it's actually a bit of a subtropical feel to it. It's warmer here. We're further south, we're on the coast, and all of that has moderating influences on the climate, and you can tell that people come here to enjoy themselves, and not too much of that going on, but by the same token, people are getting out and trying to go about their lives. The thing that can be a boost for morale for so many of the soldiers in the area on this front is that they can come back to this beautiful city and sit outside, stroll with their families, and enjoy a day off or whatever time off they can get. And they can come back to the town to get supplies and just to have a little taste of normal life, to get cleaned up and get their clothing cleaned and so forth. So all of that is very important in terms of morale and spirit. And beyond what's happening right here, there's a lot of talk about the central sector of the front in the big arc of the eastern borderlands of Ukraine, the area called the Donbass separatist region, where Russians have undeniably made small advances based on their tried and true destroy everything as they go kind of modus operandi. And so they use their artillery and they destroy basically everything in their path and make certain advances. But whether that bodes well for long term, there's a lot of speculation about that, and I'll leave that to the others. I know that the Ukrainians really believe that they're going to be starting a major offensive at some point, counterattacks, to be reclaiming much of their eastern borderlands, and whether the Russians will be able to withstand that, or whether they will retreat for the border, it remains to be seen. So, Nikolaev, Ukraine, June 4th, 2022. I'm going to be doing another video soon to talk about what I'm focusing on now and for the remainder of my time here. And so, now whether I post this right away or wait till I'm back in Kyiv in a few days, that remains to be seen too. So, more to come. Slava Ukraini.